Okay, this next topic is about detailing tools. Detailing. Detailing meaning we're going to add more information in our, let's say, in our beam. Uh, um, in detailing, we uses some tools to create more details. If you notice, our beam is just a straight beam. If you want to connect that one to column, there must be a cut. Okay, you also need, let's say for example, one good example here is later on how we are going to connect the column and the beam. Usually the column and beam connection is corbel. Okay, so how to create the corbel connection. Enable for us to do that, we need to learn how to use the detailing tools. So in the detailing tools, that includes on how to use the polygon cut, the fit part end, the line cut, the part cut, and the split and combine. We already discussed earlier the split and combine. You already know how to do it. So now, the next thing to do is how to use the other detailing tools. Okay, if you want to, okay, maybe what I will do is, can you do this for the meantime? If you want to, can you double click on the grid line, and then can you change the x coordinates instead of 3 times 4 4 5, kindly type 4 times 4 5 like this, right? And then fit work area. So just add one more grid, okay? Because I don't want to do that one in the model that we have created. So I want to put it here. Okay. Now, let's let's create a column here and then create a beam. But this beam 100 by 400. Okay? There you go. Actually, you can copy, but anyway, just to practice, create column and beam. So I will just show you what is the difference of these detailing tools. Okay? Detailing tools. Done? Okay. Look, again, I don't want you to be confused on the 3D modeling. But anyway, as I can see you now, it's something like you got used to the 3D movement now. Huh? But let's say, for example, I want to do details on this beam. Okay? All I want to do is to right click, select the beam, right click, and then you can see here create view 3D views of part. There are, okay, look at this first. Let me just show you first. If I select the beam and then create 3D view of part, it will give me one view. This one. I isolated the view. If I press Control P, this is just a front view, right? If you select 3D view of part, okay, one view. Now, if I use the right click, create default views with S, views of part, it will give me 4 different views. So the side view, the top view, the front view, and then the 3D view. So this is something like it's just your creating like a 2D that you have a different views. Okay, but even though it's a plain view here, you can still rotate it as well. Okay, it's still a 3D, something like that. So now it's either you use this one, okay? It's either you use this one or use the one view only. Okay, let's say we use one view only. Anyway, I just show you that there is an option to create one view and 4 views. Okay, so now select this beam, create 3D view of part, 3D view. So I have only one view, this one. Control P, it will be just a front view. Okay? And then expand that one. Expand. Okay? So now, look at this. Let's start. Go to edit. Kindly go to edit. Okay. What is this fit part end? So, fit part end, usually this one is only used for the straight cut. Straight cut. Fit, from the word fit, it will fit to that line that you cut. Okay? It will fit to the line that you cut. So meaning what wherever the line is, it will fit on that. So one example is this. Look, if I select the part that you want to, okay, select the part that you want to fit. So I'm going to select this. I'm going to select the beam. Now, pick the first point on the fitting line. So let's say the fitting line is the side of this column. So I click the side of the column, and there you go. See here? It fits now. Control 2, you will notice that there's no, okay, look maybe I'll put, usually I use control 2 to make it transparent so that I can see what's inside. It's much easier. But if you like to, okay, I will show you the difference. If I fit part end, if this one is control 2 or transparent view, I cannot click here. If I click here, what will happen? It will tell object not found. Because it's transparent, I cannot touch the surface. It's transparent. So if it is in control 2, you need to click this line, the edge. Look, if I click the edge, then it will pick the first point on line. So 1, 2. You get it? Okay, again. I'll give you time. I just want to show you the difference because later on you will. Okay, again, fit part end. Again, here, object not found. But remember, the command still on. The command still on. Even you have the command still on, you can use the control 4 and control 2. So let's say control 4, click. I can click because it's solid. Control 2 and then click here 1, 2. You can interchange the view even you're inside the command. So if you have a difficulties clicking on the edge of the beam, you can control 4 first, and then once you click, then change to control 2, and then pick the line. Okay? So kindly try this one now. Again, so here, if I select fit part end, control 4, click, and then control 2, and then 1, 2, like this. So now it's already pitted. You can see that it's not already overlapping. At the moment it's overlapping, right? Okay. Kindly do that one now. By the way, additional information for fitting, it will always cut the smaller part. If you have the beam, if you cut this one, it will remove. Okay? That is the the fitting. It always remove the smallest part that you want to cut. For this, it's I would suggest to put that one on the when you use the fitting, use that one on the plane. Because for fitting, the question is can I do that one on the 3D? Actually, you can do that one on the 3D like this. But you need to know what is the plane here. What is the plane? Because okay, look, if I remove this one, if I fit part end and then click from this top, it doesn't work. Because that top is not the plane, it's not the correct plane. Okay. Now, if I fit part end and then I click from here to here, it works. Why? Because that is my plane. So fitting works only on that plane. So if you put the top, that is not the plane. Unless the view is your top view. Okay? So remember that one. Okay, so let's continue. So that one is the no question for the fitting. Okay. Now, the next one is on this other side, I'm going to use the line cut. Line cut. So what is the line cut? Similarly, for the in the pit part end, it you need to pick the part to be cut, this one, the part to be cut, and then pick the first point on the cutting line. So again, click one, two. But look at this. If I click one, two, it doesn't cut the smaller part. Using the line cut, you can decide which one to cut. Okay, even this one, even if you it says select the side that you want to remove. If I click the right side, the bigger part will be cut. You can decide. Unlike the fitting, automatically the smaller part will be cut. This one is different. So here, if I click one, one, two, and then click this side, again, if I this one, two, and then I click the right side, so the right side will be removed. Okay? So that's the line cut. Now, yeah, try that one first, and then I will give you an exercise here. For exercise, I want you to try this. I want you to cut, I want you to make this shape here. I want you to make this shape here. So meaning cut this one and cut this one like this. Okay? Okay. So cut this one using two fittings, cut this one using two line cut, and cut this one using line cut plus fittings. So check which one works and which one doesn't work. Again, you have the fit part, fittings, and line cut. Fit cut, fittings, and line cut. So cut this one. First is use the two fittings here, both two fittings, or two line cut, or line cut plus fittings. So try which one works and which one doesn't work. Okay? And then you can try again. Okay, look. If I click this fit part and look, one, oh sorry, make it also sure, okay, here, object found. Select this one and then one, two, look. So it will cut like this, right? Now, if I click this one again and then one, two, what will happen? See, it doesn't work. Now, what if I use line cut? So click this one, two, and then select this one, select this, one, two, and then click this one. That one works. Now, what if I use the fit part end, one, two, and then line cut, one, two. Select this one. See, that's how you use the line cut and then the fit part end. And then you will notice also, okay, what is this line? This is the cutting line. Okay, don't worry. This one is something like it will not show in the drawing. It will not show in the drawing. You can hide this one as well. Later on, we will discuss what to display, what not to display. Okay, so we've done with this fit part end and then the line cut. Right. The next detailing tool, okay, we've done with the line cut and the fitting. The next part is the polygon cut. Polygon cut. So polygon cut, you can create any shape using the polygon cut. This is the most, I can say the a very versatile detailing tool. Why? Okay, look. I can use the polygon cut. If I click this one, I can cut this. I can cut like a line cut, right? Or, or I can one, two, three, four, five. See here? It's the same. It's the same. So polygon, you can click any shape. So next, okay, look, what if I want to create a hole here? So if I click, select this one, and then look, one, 300 by 300 by 300, and then middle button of mouse. See, I can easily create an opening. Now, what if I want to make this one as a circle opening? How? I'll select the cut. Look, when I select the cut, there will be a handle, four handles, right? Remember the how to select the handle multiple? Alt key, and then like this. So once you click the Alt key, automatically the right hand side, look, there will be a polygon corner chamfer. If I select the chamfer to be rounding, remember this one 300 by 300, right? If my radius for corner is 150, what will happen? You get it? Again, polygon cut. Okay. To create a polygon cut, Control 4, select this one, Control 2. Control 2 meaning it will be a transparent. So if it is transparent, because you cannot click on this surface if this one is Control 4. If it is solid, it needs to be transparent. So look, 1, 2, 3, 3. This is what I'm telling earlier, right? Backspace. Okay? And then here is 4, and then middle button of your mouse. Now, select that cut, okay? Or make a window. Alt key. So if this one, I want the corner, maybe the corner is not 150, but I put 50 only. Look what will happen. That's why any shape you can do that one. Okay? Can you try that one? Polygon cut. Select the polygon cut. So if you want to cut this one halfway only, one thing that you can do is look, select this one, and then you can see here instead of middle, you change this one to front or behind, and then modify. And see, that's it. It's half, right? Or or the other one is is this. Look, select this. Did you forgot that you can move this? Move perpendicular. See? You can also move the cut, by the way. You can also move the cut. I don't know if the third way that I'm thinking can be used, but let's see. Ah, yes, it works. Oh, did you see what is the third way? Huh? Did you notice what is the third way? Okay, you can cut the cut. Okay, again, look, this is the cut, right? So I go to the top view because that is the plain view. So look, select the line cut. Okay, this is the line cut. Oh, sorry, no. Select the line cut. Make it sure that you select the line. And then here, click the line. And then select which one you want to remove. Left or right. Then here. See? So now, I'm correct. So This is the three ways to do that one. One is to cut the cut, okay? Cut the polygon cut. The other one is move the polygon cut. The other one is change the position of the polygon cut. So now, you know already how to use the polygon cut, meaning you can do a lot of things. Knowing how to use the polygon cut, you can do a lot of things as well already. Okay. So the last part of this detailing tool again is part cut. Again, I'm still here in this case. Okay. So what I will do now is I'm going to uh, I'm going to use my steel, or maybe I can use the concrete. This time I'm going to use the poly beam. Can you select the poly beam? Go to the concrete, select the poly beam. Under the beam, there is a poly beam. Okay? So select that one. So you can see here, poly beam. Then in the profile, kindly type here D150. D150. What is D150? Diameter 150. That is meaning D150 means diameter 150. Okay? And then maybe change this one to color 2, number 2, and then at depth here, change the rotation, the on plane and at depth to middle, middle. Okay? Middle, middle. Okay? Done? Okay, look. Since this one is a poly beam, I can pick more than 2 points. Okay, look. One, two, three. Okay? And then middle button of your mouse. So look, I have now the, like a pipe, but it's not a pipe, it's just a sample. Okay? A round tube. And then here, if I'm going to select this handle, again, I can change now the rounding to maybe 300, like this, or maybe 500. Okay? You get it? Okay. Now, what is the use of this one? Because if I want to cut a hole with this shape and that bending, it's very difficult to use the polygon cut. First of all, it cannot be done using the polygon cut. The only way you can cut the beam with a hole of this shape is using this. Okay, look. If you go to edit and then part cut, part cut, meaning if I press Control 4, it says under the part cut, select the part that you want to cut. So the part that I want to cut is what? The beam. Okay, select the beam. Now, select the cutting part. What is the cutting part? The pipe. Select this one. And that's it. So now, you will notice that, okay, it doesn't look like it's cut, but if I select this pipe and then right click and then hide, so now you can see that there is a cut here. See? Control 2, you can see now the cut transparently. Can you do that one now? Or maybe you want me to try again? One more? Okay, let me try again one more time. Okay, redraw. Okay, so first, oh, sorry. Okay, look. First, I need to go to the concrete or steel, select the poly beam, and then put the D150, 1, 1, 2, 3, middle button of your mouse, and then change the shape of this one to rounding, maybe 400. All right, and then Control 4, select the edit, part cut, select the cutting, select the part that you want to cut, which is the beam, and the cutting part is the this one. Okay? And then you can now hide, select this one, right click, shift key, and then click hide. Oh, sorry. Shift key and then click hide, and then you can see now there is already a cut. Hmm? Shift key and hide, it will okay. Let me redraw. The reason why, okay, maybe I'll just show now the display of the cut and fittings. Okay, the reason why I press the shift key, because look, if I select this one and then hide, see, this one's still there, okay? But if I select this one and then shift key and then click hide, then totally it vanish, okay? Again, it's your preference. Now, if you notice now, I have the line, the cut here. So look, if I'm go okay, this one when I cut this is exactly the same size of, let's say I'm considering that one as a pipe, right? Right. Now, what if you want to have an allowance, clearance, so that the pipe can go? So meaning this one, look, if you notice here, if I double click on this cut, the profile of this cut is 150 as well. If I change this one to 250, then what will happen is there will be a 50-50 around the clearance. So if I redraw, so you will notice that I have now the 50 clearance in the beam. It may not be the practical application, but just to show you uh, the idea on how to use this cut. So you can double click the cut and then you can change the profile of the cut, make it bigger, so that you can see that the pipe can have a clearance, okay, clearance on that particular element. So look, I put this one. If I'm going to do the line cut here, look what will happen. If I'm going to put the, let's say this one is the grout tube, right? Grout tube. It's always splash, okay? Or sometimes it's excess. But if it is splash, okay, if I use the line cut, click this one and then one, two, and then select the part that you want to cut. See? So for the grout tube, by the way, you can type here PD, let's say PD, pipe diameter, let's say 150 by 10. So meaning that will be a pipe. PD. PD is pipe diameter. And then 150 is the diameter, by 10 is the thickness. Okay? So if you want to do the grout tube. So look at this. See here? It doesn't really fit if I use the line cut. But if I use the part end, look, if I use the fit part end, select this one and then one, two, see, it will be trimmed like this. So that's again the difference of line cut and then the fit part end. Okay? Okay. So earlier, we created under this column, beam, panel, and footing. I forgot to show you the slab. Because the slab, actually, if you click on the slab, it will only show you the thickness of the slab. So if I have the 250 thickness, look, I can click one, two, three, four, five, six, middle button of your mouse. Then this is your slab. I can easily create the slab. I can make a slab like a rectangle slab, something like this, right? Or I can also okay, in the slab, once you have already the handle, you can always change. you can always change this one. This is the slab. Okay? So slab can be any shape. It could be a something like a corbel shape like this. Something like this. So all you have to do is to change the name. Okay? It could be a footing, or let's say for example, if you have a foundation 2-1 by 2-1. If you have a foundation like this, the size is let's say 800, and then behind like this, right? And then here, I press Alt key, and then select the handle, and then this one I can change this one to 500, 500. So you can have the foundation like this using the slab. Now, what is the difference? If I have the footing like this one, if I have this footing like this, okay? If I want to cut the corner here, I cannot chamfer this one. So if I want to cut the corner of this type of footing, it will be more work. Why? I can either use the line cut like this. So it's more work, but I can have the same output. So for the slab, you can make a different shape for the slab, right? And now, also, uh, let's say for example, I want to okay, here I have the slab like this. If I want to mirror this, I can do the mirror by simply right click, copy, mirror, click here, copy. That is mirroring. But mirror can only use in the X and Y axis. You cannot make a mirror on the Z axis. Like in, I think in AutoCAD, is it always in X and Y? Yeah, something like that. You need to change the UCS. Also, same thing, if I want to copy, rotate, copy, rotate, if I click this point, so I can copy, rotate number of copies, 3, let's say every, uh, is it 180 or 90? Something like that. Copy, rotate. So you can specify the the rotation, angle 90. So this one, it will rotate 90 degrees, 90 degrees 3 times. So that's are all the basic tools in Tekla structure. So again, for the slab here, you can click any shape. Huh? You can click any shape, right? That is for the slab. And again, you can also, you know already the polygon cut, right? You can also do the cutting in the slab using the polygon cut. If there's an opening, let's say you have the slab and then there's a staircase, so you can do the cutting. But the question is, if you want to have a cutting, okay, let's have a little bit of exercise. Huh? Okay, let's add a slab here. Let's say 3.5 by 5,000 by 3.5. Now, I want to have an opening here. I want to have an opening here with uh, with this dimension. So this one is 1,000. This one is 1.5. This one is 1,000. This one is maybe 2.5. So how you're going to create this opening if you don't have any reference? Remember the construction point that I have taught you earlier. You can use that construction point to put the point here, point here, point here, point here, point here, using these dimensions. Okay, let me show it to you first. Okay, so look. So again, if you notice here, our reference is this, and this is the straight line. So when if I want to offset 1,000, I need to pick from here and then pick the second point. It will offset 1,000, and then 1,500, and then here I don't have a reference here, right? There's no line here. So enable for me to offset 1,000 from here to here, I need to pick from here to this. But enable for me to offset my point going back there, I need to put negative. You get it? Negative means it will go to the other side. Positive, it will move forward. Okay, let's do this one. Huh? This one will be a good exercise because let's say later on you want to create an opening, your window opening in your wall, right? So you need to know this. Okay, okay. Can you do this one first? Can you create a slab and then I will show it to you step by step. So once you have the slab, okay, kindly go to the edit and then points, and then here a long extension of 2 points, a long extension of 2 points. So earlier we put one value, 2354. Now I can put two values actually. What two values? What is the two values that we can put? 1,000 space 15. 1,000 space 15. What? How it will work? From this point, I want to offset 1,000 and then 15. So from this line, I pick from here 1 and then 2. Once I pick 2, this will offset 1,000 and 15. That's the meaning of that. Okay? So apply. Okay, look. Pick this one. Look, pick this one. 1. Okay, 2. Okay? And then click. There you go. So now I have this. I have that one. 1,000 and 15. Can you do that? Okay. All right. Very good. Okay. Very good. Okay, sir? Okay, good. Now, earlier I told you that because here earlier I don't have the reference to offset 1,025. Again, I can use the negative. But okay, I forgot that I can offset these two to 1,025. These two. How? Much easier. Again, go back to okay, close this point, okay? Go back to this construction point and then you can see here, parallel to 2 points. Parallel to 2 points. Okay? Click again. Then it will again show you the box. Then what you need to type here is 1,000 space 25. And then apply. Okay, look at this. Look at this, huh? Pick the start point. So I'm going to pick the left point. Okay? Look at this. You can see the arrow. If I put my arrow to the left, it will go down. Then it will go up if I put to the right and then stick to that point. And then click that one. Okay? Positive, it will go along with the arrow. Negative, it will go, what do you call that? Against the arrow. Right? So now, it's done. Now it's easy because we have already our reference. Did you manage to do that? Okay, very good. So now, use the polygon cut and then select the slab and then one, two, three, four. Okay, you will notice as well, if you have the point there, you don't need to press Control 2 because it will snap to the point. But if there is no point there, you will not able to cut the slab if it is a solid. Okay? So that one is one of the usage of that point. So now I have that cut. So use for your staircase. Or instead, I can also, for a window, let's say your window has a architectural style like this. If it is a window, sometimes you have some uh, curve on the window, then you just change the shape of the jumper.